Hello friends, welcome to our today's session that what you should be doing in the next 51 days to pass CSAT paper successfully. Now all of you know that this is a qualifying paper. So let's start with our first question, that why you need the strategy. There are a variety of reasons why you need a strategy. The foremost reason is increasing level of difficulty. So if some of you had gone through last 3 years papers of CSAT, you might have experienced a little bit difficulty to continue with the same strategy that you had adopted previously. And why is that so? Because there are other reasons. That one more thing, they are giving more emphasis on number system and abstract thinking. Now what do you mean by abstract thinking? Abstract thinking employs or heavily relies on use of symbols or use of numbers, where some people find it very difficult to crunch the number. म्हणजे थोडक्यात सांगायचं झालं तर ज्याला आपण हायर ऑर्डर थिंकिंग म्हणतो, तिथे प्रतीकांचा किंवा नंबरचा वापर जास्त होतो आणि नंबर क्रंचिंग करणं किंवा प्लेइंग विथ नंबर इज नॉट एव्हरीवन्स कप ऑफ टी. Second reason is many people take it as only qualifying paper, which is true. But because it is qualifying, they don't give more importance to CSAT. So they are not able to give enough attention, and that's why they are not able to identify important areas and to focus on it. म्हणजे महत्त्वाचे घटक त्यांना कळत नाहीत, कारण ते त्यांनी क्वालिफाईंग असं समजलेलं असतं आणि त्यामुळे मग त्यांच्या प्रिपरेशनमध्ये कुठेतरी कमतरता राहते. थर्ड इज they fail to have their SWOT analysis. SWOTचा अर्थ आहे strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. So when solving CSAT questions and CSAT paper, many students I have observed as a teacher of CSAT that they solve it mechanically. So they are either focused on improving scores or to just understand where they get right, where they get wrong. पण हे सगळं करत असताना स्वतःचे स्ट्रेंथ्स काय आहेत, आपण कुठे कमी पडतोय, वीक एरियाज काय आहेत, किंवा आपल्याला स्कोर वाढवायला अपॉर्च्युनिटी कुठे आहे, किंवा कोणत्या पद्धतीचे प्रश्न सॉल्व्ह करताना आपल्या मिस्टेक होतात, अँड दॅट ऍक्ट ॲज अ थ्रेट इज नॉट अंडरस्टूड बाय मेनी ऑफ द ॲस्पिरंट्स. देन second last factor which you should take into account while designing strategies, whether you need a guidance or you can do it on your own. So it depends on your background. Okay, so for example, I have observed that people who belong to science or engineering background, relatively in mathematics, they need little guidance. But again, I have come across many examples who have people who are graduated in mathematics or post-graduation in mathematics. They say that the nature of questions that are asked in CSAT is different than the one they had studied in their graduation. So again, don't take it for granted just because you belong to science background. असं काही नाहीये, तुम्हाला थोडासा गायडन्स तरी लागणारच आहे. आणि गायडन्स कुठे युजफुल पडतो, पर्टिक्युलरली वेन यू वॉन्ट टू प्रिपेअर CSAT सक्सेसफुली इन अ शॉर्ट स्पॅन. इफ यू हॅव ample time, say 6 months or 5 months or 8 months, then of course most of the time the guidance is needed is very little. But again, if you haven't done anything about CSAT so far, I mean, not even analysis of PYQ, not even analysis of syllabus, not even analysis of the nature or trend of questions that are being asked, तर माझं असं तुम्हाला सजेशन आहे की गायडन्सची गरज आहे. त्यानंतर आहे की दुसरा एक फॅक्टर आहे वाय यू नीड स्ट्रॅटेजीज. CSAT is qualifying paper. The score in CSAT doesn't count in your merit, where cutoffs are declared. So GS paper needs more attention than CSAT paper. And that is why by taking all these factors into account, you should make best use of whatever 51 days that are available to you now till exam. Okay, next. Okay, so what should be the key elements of your strategy? So let me highlight those for you. Okay. The first element is where to start. I mean, you should start with last 3 years papers, because these papers indicate the latest trend in CSAT. Okay, so you can start it by solving the paper, then comparing your answer with the answer key that is given by UPSC and see the gap that exists. Third is analyze your performance with respect to syllabus. So there are 3 elements in syllabus: RC, then maths, roughly, and reasoning. Okay, so identify your strong areas, identify your weak areas, identify where you commit often mistakes. Okay, so this is fourth element. Okay, where little preparation can make a big difference. Identify those areas where you fall little short. त्यानंतरचा जो सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचा मुद्दा आहे, that is building the conceptual foundation, or if you have done it, revise it. म्हणजे काय की हे सगळं केल्यानंतर तुम्हाला असं लक्षात येईल that there are certain areas where you are not conceptually that good. So you need to build it. Or if you have done it but you are forgetting it now, you should revise it. Okay, so this is second stage. Then how it need to be done? As far as maths is concerned, you should go for NCERT books from 6 to 10 standard. But again, in these books, you need not study everything. Okay, focus on only those areas which are relevant to your CSAT paper, like number system, ratio proportion, percentage, combination permutation, graph. These are the key areas. Okay. Then next, as far as RC and reasoning is concerned, your language skills matter. So again, ask yourself, is your English language good enough to comprehend the passage or the question given in RC or reasoning, and then make sense of it and then come up with the right answer. And the third element is identify the sources from where the patterns of question that are being asked. So one source I would like to tell you here is before CSAT, there was GS and optional papers in prelims. So in GS paper, they used to ask, UPSC used to ask certain aptitude questions. And you'll be surprised to know, before 2011, whatever GS paper had been there, some of the aptitude questions asked in those papers have been repeated in CSAT. Now, latest trend in last 3 years has been another source is CAT. Okay, but again, the difficulty level is not that high, but some of the questions are picked up from CAT. So these are the key elements of your strategy you should focus on in these 51 days. Then next is what's more. Okay, so next point you should focus on is solving the sufficient number of tests that are designed on the basis of UPSC CSAT paper. One of the test module you can get better is designed by the Unique Academy. You can safely go for it. Second is some aspirants I have come across, they try to become selective while solving the test. So they tackle RC first, then reasoning second, then maths third, or vice versa. But I would suggest you should not do that. Okay, while actually solving the paper in test or actual exam hall, you should straightly move from 1 to 80 without being selective. Why? Because when you try to be selective, you waste your time, okay, while shuffling to and fro. And that confuses you often more. Rather, going from 1 to 80 gives you a lot of clarity. But while doing that, तुम्ही आधी काय करायला पाहिजे? You should focus on easy questions first. Okay, so you should focus on easy question first. And to be able to identify easy question, it demands a lot of practice. Third, do not rely on few elements of syllabus. So many aspirants ask me, sir, is it enough to focus on RC only, or reasoning only, or maths only, because I am good in that? No, you should give justice to all the elements of syllabus. I know that you cannot go deep enough into each and every element, but at least you should be able to deal with easy element in each and every syllabus or topic of the syllabus. Then, this is the area you can focus on. Okay, so you might observe yourself that there are certain areas where you are committing minor mistakes and you lose marks. So prepare for those areas specifically. And my question is now how to do it. Then day-to-day planning matters. Okay, to deal with next 51 days, I should advise you that you should deal with one day at a time. Okay, so what matters here is allot at least 2 to 3 hours for CSAT every day. So make sure that you have allotted fixed number of hours in a day schedule every day. Don't create a gap. Second, take one element of syllabus per day. Okay, don't jumble up different topics one day because you might get confused. Then make sure that whatever topic you have selected, you are thorough with it. No questions remain unanswered, no doubt remain unresolved. सो ते पण महत्वाचं आहे की असं काही सोडू नका की जे परत तुम्हाला असं मनातून खात राहील की अरे माझं हे झालं नाही ते झालं नाही. सो जो टॉपिक तुम्ही निवडाल, व्हॉट एव्हर, मॅथ्स, रिझनिंग और आरसी, तो थरोली करा. ओके. आणि ते सगळं करत असताना कीप रेफरिंग PYQ अँड युअर बेसिक बुक्स. So this is day-to-day planning you should keep in mind in next 51 days. Next, while doing this, whenever you come across doubts, feel free to contact your teachers. They're available for you. Okay, so don't keep any doubt unresolved. Then before you attempt full length test which involve all topics, make sure that you have done preparation of the relevant topics, important topics, so that you should not feel that agar ye maine kiya hota to acha hota. That is injustice to you. And then analyze your performance in terms of type management, mistakes that you make, and what are your strengths, weaknesses, opportunity and threat. So this should involve your day-to-day planning. Of course, I'm going to give you a likely schedule that you might follow for 51 days. Okay, let's look at RC part of your CSAT. In RC, language ability matters, where you can brush up your vocabulary, grammar, but again, you don't need extensive vocabulary. Whatever is there in your reading stuff is good enough. Then identify the frequently asked topics in passages and just clarify the concept. For example, environment-based topics are there, science, tech is there. Sometimes they ask about polity, philosophy, education, women empowerment, social dimensions. ये सब आपको आना चाहिए. Then get conceptual clarity about the type of questions that are asked, like main idea. What is main idea? What is inference? How to find it out in the given passage? Then how inference differs from assumption? Okay, what is corollary of the passage? ही क्लॅरिटी तुम्हाला आली तर मग कुठे काय बघायचं हे तुमच्या लक्षात यायला लागतं. त्यानंतर जे जनरिक प्रश्न असतात, जनरिक मीन्स बेस्ड ऑन एंटायर पॅसेज, finding out structure of the passage is important. So like main idea. So if you are able to visualize structure of the passage, you can easily figure out main idea. And finally, try to identify those subjects which are subjective, which are confusing. Even your teachers may not find it precise enough to answer the question, and leave them, because that might force you to incur negative mark. त्यानंतर आहे लॉजिकल रिझनिंग, एनालिटिकल ॲबिलिटी. त्यासाठी सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचा सोर्स आहे PYQ. Then refer good books available in the market that help you to learn the methods of solving questions, particularly shortcuts like syllogisms and puzzles and कोडिंग, डिकोडिंग. हे जे सगळं रिझनिंग मध्ये येतं त्याच्यासाठी चांगली पुस्तकं बाजारात उपलब्ध आहेत, ती तुम्ही घ्या. प्रॅक्टिस भरपूर करा, बिकॉज इट इज नॉट लाईक मॅथमॅटिक्स वेअर फॉर्म्युलाज आर अवेलेबल अँड यू डील विथ इट. Then again identify your strong areas, weak areas while doing this, and solve as many variety of questions as possible. And go out of your conventional methods. Sometimes there are some books available in the market which exclusively focus on puzzles and number crunching. That might give you better idea. Basic numeracy साठी सगळ्यात बेसिक सोर्स जो आहे NCERT मॅथ्स बुक, which can help you to brush up your concept. Then identify easy topics. So suppose some people who find it very difficult to deal with maths, they can focus on easy topic. Keep referring PYQ and if possible CAT questions of maths. Then try to learn how to convert descriptive or wording description into equations, because that helps you to deal with abstract questions. Higher order thinking develop करणं हे पण महत्त्वाचं आहे आणि ते असं ओव्हरनाईट होत नाही, but 51 days are enough to do it. Then practice enough to identify easy question and strong areas and avoid silly mistakes in calculations. हा आहे final plan which I would like to give you, and it is not compulsory that you should follow, but this will help you to make sense of next 51 days if at all you don't have plan. In first 6 days, 25 to 30, you can focus on RC. Okay, because RC demands language ability, and if you are able to focus on RC, you can easily identify your language ability and 51 days मध्ये जो गॅप आहे तो फिलअप करू शकता. त्यानंतर 1 ते 8 मे मध्ये लॉजिकल रिझनिंग घ्या, because it is fun to solve logical reasoning. It gives you a lot of thrill, fun, curiosity, variety. आणि त्यामध्ये मग तुम्ही 15 क्वेश्चन पर डे जरी सॉल्व्ह केले 2 to 3 hours मध्ये, इनफ गोईंग डीप इन टू इच अँड एव्हरी टाईप, दॅट इज गुड इनफ. जवळजवळ तुम्ही 100 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व्ह करा. त्यानंतर 9 ते 16 मे मध्ये तुम्ही मॅथ्सवर फोकस करा, 20 प्रश्न पर डे. अगेन ॲज आय टोल्ड यू, 1 टॉपिक अ डे. असे फार टॉपिक येत नाहीत मॅथ्समध्ये, 7 ते 8 महत्त्वाचे टॉपिक आहेत. इफ यू फोकस ऑन देम यू आर देअर. मग नंतर तुम्हाला टेस्टवर पण फोकस करायचं. 17 ते 24 मे हा जो पिरियड आहे त्याच्यामध्ये 3 टेस्ट ॲटलिस्ट सॉल्व्ह करा, त्याचं डिस्कशन अटेंड करा आणि मग तुमचे जे वीक एरियाज त्याच्यामध्ये आलेत ते रिवाईज करा. त्यानंतर 25 ते 31 मे मध्ये तुम्हाला साधारण 2 टेस्ट सॉल्व्ह करायचे आहेत. परत कमी टेस्ट सुरुवातीला सॉल्व्ह करा, स्टडीवर जास्त भर द्या. रिव्हिजन इज द की हिअर आणि त्याच्यामध्ये प्रॅक्टिस द वीक एरियाज. आणि मग शेवटचे जे 15 डेज आहेत त्याच्यामध्ये किमान 5 टेस्ट, मेजर युअर परफॉर्मन्स, डिस्कस विथ टीचर्स, अवॉइड टफ क्वेश्चन्स अँड सिली मिस्टेक्स. तर असा हा जो इथून पुढचा 51 दिवसाचा प्लॅन आहे, विच आय बिलीव्ह दॅट कॅन हेल्प यू टू क्रॉस दॅट थ्रेशोल्ड ऑफ क्वालिफाईंग CSAT. आणि जर तुम्हाला काही डाऊट्स असतील किंवा काही क्वेरीज असतील अबाउट युअर प्रिपरेशन, सो आय एम अवेलेबल देअर. तुम्ही युनिक अकॅडमीमध्ये कॉल करून माझा नंबर घेऊ शकता अँड यू कॅन टॉक टू मी, टेक्स्ट मी. आणि तुमचे जे काही डाऊट्स असतील स्पेसिफिक एरियाज बदलेल, फक्त असं नका म्हणू की CSAT मला अवघड जात आहे. CSAT मधला कुठला भाग नक्की तुम्हाला अवघड जातोय आणि त्याच्यासाठी काय करावं, कसं करावं, कुठून रेफर करावं, कुठल्या नोट्स रेफर कराव्या, हे जर तुम्हाला जाणून घ्यायचं असेल तर फील फ्री टू कॉन्टॅक्ट अस ऑन द युनिक अकॅडमी. दे माइट शेअर माय नंबर विथ यू. तुम्हाला माझा नंबर मिळून जाईल आणि टेक्स्ट करा मला आणि हा प्लॅन फॉलो करा अँड लेट मी नो युअर परफॉर्मन्स. ऑल द बेस्ट टू ऑल ऑफ यू. On behalf of the Unique Academy, I extend my warm wishes and best of luck to all of you. Thank you.